Hey guys, it's Something Extra RC bringing you a little review here of a plane that it's pretty good. So what I've got here is the E-flite Edge 540 QQ 280 sized. Now I bought this plane here about pretty close to a month ago, and I bought it because I bought it on Black Friday, and I got it for like 95 bucks shipped to my door. And for Bind and Fly Basic, I thought that was pretty good. And I got it, and I flew it for about 15 flights. It was pretty good. But there are a lot of things I don't like about this plane. But before you go through that, I think I'm going to go through the things that I do like. What I do like, I like that it's a 2-cell brushless. It's not quite a micro, but it's almost a micro, and believe me, it has more than enough power. And I like the just massive ailerons, and I like the rotary servos. I just prefer those versus the ultra micro servos because they don't get dust in them and stuff as much. And yeah, that's what I like about it. I mean, and I love the flying characteristics of it. It flies super great, and it post-stalls. It harriers amazingly. But it does have its downsides. One of its downsides is the plane's foam is basically the same stuff that it's used to that's packed in the box to keep it safe, which means regular CA that works on all of the other Park Zone planes will not work on this plane, and neither does welders. So I had to get some foam safe CA. I didn't like that, but not a huge thing. I tested it here on the cowl, and I found out on accident by welders, excuse me, with welders here, and that's why there's blender holding the landing gear on. One thing I didn't like is there is a lot of slop in the ailerons. I mean, this is without the rotary servo moving. That's quite a bit for those large ailerons. And then the elevator actually has the most here. That's just not acceptable. And I'm not sure if it's downdrafts or some sort of turbulence or something, but I have noticed that this plane will suddenly jerk downwards and lose about 5 feet of altitude occasionally, and it is really annoying. It only does that at high speeds, though. So I'm thinking it's a plane thing. Another thing that annoyed me is the lack of glue. When I got this plane, the magnets on this hatch were not glued in. Neither was the ESC. And the Velcro came off as soon as I put a battery in it, which is really annoying. The Velcro on the rudder, actually, I found out, the rudder was not barely glued in. The foam hinge was the only thing holding it on. And so I had to use some blender to tape it on there. And so that I really didn't like. That was annoying. There was only one little about half square inch thing of glue on the landing gear here, and so I came down hard a little bit one time and that came off, and so that's annoying. I actually cut the tail wheel off here because of the rudder accident with the Harrier and the rudder breaking off, because the rudder or the tail wheel is not attached to the fuselage. It is actually attached to the rudder, and so it puts a lot of strain on the rudder. Anyway, and I'm going to use this mostly for a hand launch and stuff like that, so I don't need to worry about that too much. But another thing is the prop here is extremely brittle. So I replaced it with a GWS 7035, and you just have to put the prop nut on backwards to get this to fit, and it works perfectly. And the good thing about those props is for a pack of them, they're $1. And you get like 6 of them in a pack. So I went and bought 3 of those thinking I was buying just 3 propellers. And when the box got here, there was 18 propellers. So that was a pleasant surprise. One thing, and so that's a modification I recommend you do. And then what I'm running on it is Rhino. Here, I'll get them. I'm running these Rhino 610. 3 cells, 25 or 20C, and they were like 15 bucks shipped to my door for 2 of them from the U.S. warehouse at Hobby Kings. They're pretty good batteries. I like them. 610 milliamps. You get decent flight times, 4 or 5 minutes. So that's pretty good. Overall durability, I'd give this plane a 4. Quality, I'd give it a 6. Flying characteristics, I'd give it an 8. Overall, it's a 7. It's a good 3D trainer, but it's pretty dang fragile. But there should, would I buy it again? Maybe, if it was on sale again. But if for $170 or even $130, no, I wouldn't go for it. I didn't like how it was bind and fly basic either, but I lived through that. Anyways, this is Something Extra RC. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later. So this is the E-flite Edge 540 QQ.